Okay, shell coming in. So you got to watch these two because they do catch on the electrics and the curtains, especially when they're going up.
To the curtain. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really close.
Well, they crammed everything in.
Actually, what is this thing?
Orchestra shell.
Orchestra shell.
That's the ceiling part of the shell.
Oh, so it keeps the acoustic down?
No, it vibrates the acoustics out to the audience.
And it has lights in it too.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the backstop of it.
No, this is the ceiling. It turns into a ceiling.
Oh, okay. I don't know. What do you mean?
It would be better to Google, if you Google orchestra shell. So this has a limit on the bottom.
And it's got a trim.
It just hit. No, there's no trim.
must drop it
That's a
down.
hard limit. You can't go by that.
Okay.
The other ones are set up so you can get the batten down.
Yeah.
You're never going to move this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true.
I would not recommend you attempting to change to a different pipe.
Don't worry.
No.
It's designed to be on this location.
You will not touch that ever.
It's a very, very complex process to move this to a different batten.
There's no reason.
And then you'd mess up the shell. The shell is designed to be in this spot.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Is everybody here?
Hey, Tim, you want to see this?
As far as the electrical concerns are going, you want to be careful of that cord right there. So this is a cable that actually holds everything up. That is not. That's an electrical cable.
Right.
Okay? And it's on a reel up there. So you don't want to hang anything off it or catch anything on it. If you see it slacking, that means something happened to the reel upstairs.
Okay.
They took the brake off the reel, the ratcheting device, because most reels have a ratcheting device. You pull it down and it stops.
Right.
And then you pull it again and it goes back up. We have to take those off when you use them like this. Otherwise, it would just dangle. You know, it would be bad.
Right.
So that shouldn't be moved or anything, because right now the location of that box, even though it's just put on with instrument clamps, it's plumb. Okay?
Okay.
You wouldn't want to put it out of plumb.
Right.
Because
so this whole thing we don't want to touch it.
because
never gonna-
if it,
We're not gonna mess with
I'm just letting you know, if it's out of plumb, it would pull this thing one way or the other. And on this side, there's not obstructions, but on that side, that railing over there, if these things are swinging left and right at all, you will hit the railing for sure.
No.
It's already happened. So just be careful. Nothing should be swinging when you're raising something up.
Yep.
Stop the object. Tell people to quit swinging them, and then go on. All right. So as far as safety goes on this, the way it locks to keep it from tipping over, that's what all of these are for. So every single one of these has to be up for it to fall over, which is almost impossible to do unless you actually do it on purpose. Okay. The lighting you can't put gels in there. You can focus them. You can change that kind of stuff, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything else. The electrical, we zip tied these up in a way so that they don't catch on things, and it's as close as we can get them because of the weight.
LEDs? No.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
But there's no color.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
They're just white.
We can't control it from the board.
They're not the multicolored ones.
No, I think they do. You can control.
Well,
you can control
but there's no color.
the intensity
Okay.
and which ones are on.
Right, but you can't be like blue.
Blue. No, not with these.
All right. So one person, whoever's in charge of the stage, should be here. Should stand here. So you're in charge.
Okay,
You stand here.
I stand
So you're watching in front of the thing, so no one's there when we tip this over.
Good call.
And then come over here, and then have one person here, and then another person here, and then another person here. 3 to 4 would be the recommended number, but you can do it with 2. Okay? You want to do it? So just lift these up. Okay? Put your hand on this. You don't need to pull on it. You don't want to. Don't swing anything. No swinging. Okay? And then you're lifting this up.
Oh, this that way. Oh. I thought it went the other way.
Okay? And it goes, this bolt, see how there's different holes? This bolt sets the angle. For some reason, if you need to change the angle, you can move these bolts. But do that when it's in the up position and only do one at a time.
Yeah, we'll check things out.
The angle was set by the manufacturer.
Got it.
So by the spec. Okay?
And then let's just say before I know we're going to take it up, but to get it back down, we just kind of pull it this.
2 to 3 people. Okay? And you just hold here if you can reach. Okay? And just push. And then.
Watch your face.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay?
How many do they have? 2 of these sets?
This stage only has 2.
You put it up where you want it, and then if you...
We're going to do that next.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Now I know what it is.
So let's go and lower it down again.
Okay, so I'm going to try this because I was watching last time. So you just
I'll watch.
pull here and then you're
Okay.
pulling it. Don't even worry about
I'm watching.
Okay.
Well, you don't want that thing to hit you in the head.
Yeah.
Ready?
You worry about it.
They all have to be unlocked. There we go.
Nice and slow.
You can even have people here.
You don't have to lock this thing, right?
You don't want anyone in the front.
Okay.
No one should be in the front because you're going to hit them in the head.
Okay.
You don't want anyone's hands on the front.
Got it.
Right.
You don't touch the face of this.
Very good. Got it. Got it, got it, got it.
Handprints on the back, no one's going to see, but you can clean them off. Cleaning the front is a long process.
Yeah, sure, I see that.
The only thing I would recommend cleaning the front is Windex.
Okay.
Don't use anything harsher. This is for mica. This one's a little bit different than some of the other ones we install. But be gentle. Don't use a harsh rag.
Tim Preston, you hear that?
Don't use a scrubber.
Or less.
You want me to touch it? Okay.
Cleaning the dust off of it is good. You know, if you guys did an annual clean of the back and the top and the top of the batten and keeping the dust off, that would help with everyone's health over time because stages get really dusty because nobody cleans them.
We're going to leave you guys an extension duster for you.
Okay.
Because you guys are
Maybe
something.
we could've gotten
But you don't want to put the dust in the air either
What?
when you're doing it because that'll get on the curtains.
mop buckets and the whole deal.
We don't, yeah.
And
we'll
how
all-
about
Yeah, the dust. You don't want the dust in the air
Yeah.
because once it gets on the curtains. The only way to clean the curtains once a year, once a month, whatever you feel like, shake them. Shake the curtains. Your curtains will last twice as long.
So then when cleaning this, you bring it into this position, you sit
I would leave it upright.
upright, and
And
then
then-
just like a simple dust, like
And you only need to clean the front if there's fingerprints on it. Otherwise, you don't need to touch it. Not too much dust is ever going to get on the front.
Right, okay.
It's in this position, and there's lots of little nooks and crannies. It gets dusty.
yeah.
It's not going to hurt anything. But
Okay.
okay, I'm going to go up with this.
All right. Now, is there a set position for up?
No. So you kind of need to go out. Somebody should be out in the front to look at the sight lines.
Okay.
I'm going to go up to where it looks like it's covered by the valance. And when we're all done, we can go out in the house and look at it so you guys can see what adjustments need to be done.
No, when that's up,
You can't-
in that position because there's
Nothing can come down.
Okay, so
Well, that's what these are.
this curve.
so no legs during choral or concert.
Right.
Basically, the legs don't.
No, these are your legs. These are the side pieces.
Yes,
Come in
got
to
it.
the side.
Yeah. So can we turn out? Can we take out the work light? And I know we can't because of the curtains on the side, but just to see some. If we could see some of the light happening in here, or
I don't do lights, so I can't.
okay.
I can't
mean, but
help
we
you.
know how to move that. We've learned a little bit. We know how.
Okay, I got another shell coming in.
Thank you, Shell.
Honestly, it's totally
I can turn off the headlights when you want, but I don't. I think the shell lights might turn on now. I think he did program that.
Yeah, no, we had those on yesterday.
Okay. Now, one thing to note, if you come over here and turn the shell lights on, and the shell is in that position, they won't turn on.
Okay.
Okay.
So they have to be.
There's a switch in there that doesn't allow it to turn on when it's in the stowed position.
Okay.
In case you're trying to figure something out.
Okay. That's good to know.
Everybody click the window shades, all window shades, drop them down. Yeah.
Oh, that's the window shades. Come here, Andre. Operate the window shades. Oh.
Window shades coming out, guys. Hit that, just pull them down for a second. So, window shades, guys. You need the window shades. No, I know. And like, how many daytime shows do we do? It's dark. I don't know. They get to see the whole building, so when we do the gym and stuff, same control, like window shades. I can darken the gym. This looks awesome.
So then, John,
And the shells don't turn on right now. There's no lights on the shelf.
That was
he had them on yesterday.
But he probably did something to them. He works for ETC. I don't.
I know, but we were trained on, so we can start.
It doesn't work.
Let's just leave them in
The
for.
button does not work. So that means something is off.
So he did something to it. Okay.
Yeah, it's outside of. Yeah, I don't know anything more than reflector, and you press raise. Press 1, raise. 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 Nothing works.
You go to channel.
Yeah, I saw him do that too yesterday.
When is that? 907. Turn show mode on.
Show mode.
Now go to
Reflectors, that's what
Yeah.
you're calling them?
now it says rate. Oh.
You did say they took a minute. Oh,
He has them on yet.
I know. I'll have to ask him again about that.
You'd have to call him because he's gone. So.
Well, because this should be operating now. We shouldn't have to call him to see how it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't.
No, I know. I
know
guess
how
I'm
to-
not asking.
I don't
you.
know how to troubleshoot anything on this stuff. Like the work lights on the batten should work too, and they're not working. Oh, that's blue lights.
I don't know.
Light controls
Ouch.
are on there too?
Some of them.
Some.
Work lights.
So what we've
Oh, you're in show mode, so the other tab went away.
Oh, okay.
So you got to get out of show mode to get the other work lights.
5.
I'm surprised those upper lights didn't turn off when you went to show mode.
2, 3, 4, you'll know like exactly what looks you want.
That's awesome. I'm so glad I do that. I know the buttons are on the wall when you walk in. But all I need to know is
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Okay.
They're not working. So
You want to drop this down there?
1 second.
Now, when you did that just now, I heard a relay or something go off on that. So something is...
Maybe they both have to be up.
No, not normally. I was trying to show you that only one would work and the other one wouldn't until we tipped it over. But... Okay, so make sure no one's in front.
Last other classes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. This is just gonna lift up. Don't even worry about.
Yeah, undo your locks. You got to undo all the locks, all the way up, all the way up. Lift all the way up. This thing has to go all the way. You don't hold it. You just push it all the way up. So when you lift these things up,
Oh, the lights are on now. See, they both had to be in.
oh, well, no, that one's still off. So when you push this up, you don't want to hold it halfway down. It won't move.
Oh, okay.
You have to push it all the way up. Yep.
Yeah. So now the lights are on.
But the other ones aren't.
So as a teacher, how do you guys keep the kids from running underneath these and playing?
Well, you don't. Yeah.
Not a playground.
Yeah, exactly. No, let me go back to that then.
So there, that went off.
Okay. Oh. Did I get it?
It should just be 1 and 2.
So now we want to just kind of wait until it stabilizes before we bring it up.
It would be better if it wasn't moving at all. But we're only going to go up to where it's even with that other one.
We have 2 on.
I know.
They're on.
Oh, it's just because it takes a while.
Oh, 'cause that's right. That's
I think
right.
that's it. So I'm going to go back to 1. Raise. Or is it 2 and 3?
So Marjorie, you want to bring it up?
I'm just trying to bring the lights on at the moment.
But we get them both up, and then
Oh, maybe. All right, so I'm going to bring the ceiling up, and I'm just going to watch it, because there's no set trim on this, right?
No.
And how close do they come to each other?
I don't know. I don't remember. Probably
John,
6
you can
inches.
keep an eye on that.
It's probably 6 inches apart.
Are they going to be okay? All right.
They don't. They're never that close.
All right. And are they level?
You'd want it a little bit
slopey?
above it.
Well, you want to go back on higher?
You want the front edge a little above the front one.
Right. So
Keep going up a little.
going a little bit.
Yeah, right about that. That's probably good. Yep.
My perspective from the corner is a little wonky. John's going to see it better there.
No, that's good right there. That's if you look at it from the house.
Actually, yeah, it really comes together pretty
I mean, I'm not even...
Once you get over to the step, yeah. It looks like it's even, but when you get out to the first seat, we'll look at it after we set everything up. So. All right, so let's go ahead and move these. Let's go ahead and pull one of these out. It's best to at least have 2 people, if not 3, on these things, just for, you want someone watching. So on these pieces, you want someone watching above to make sure you don't hit anything. These aren't as tall as some of the other ones. Go ahead and pull the back one. Pull the very back. Yeah, there you go. We're going to go all the way up stage in the middle there. Just pull. No, just pull.
Oh, it's the wheel. I see. Where are we going? The far corner?
I'm going to go up here all the way in front of the proscenium because I want to see. I want to check the height. Okay. And out here, I'm not going to hit anything. All right. All right, so come on over here. Everybody. All right, so you go ahead and grab this and pull it out, 2 people.
Oh.
Okay, and then hold it there.
Okay.
Hold it right there. Now, you feel how it's pushing on us?
Yeah,
pulling?
as an air.
So these things are 200 pounds each. So those things are pushing 800 pounds upward. So you grab the locking device, pull that off.
And then you
You can stand on here. This is a counterbalance weight. This thing has a bunch of steel inside it, and you can lift up.
Wow.
Okay. And then you lock it in place. See, there's a little button here. Okay. And see, that's the height. So when you move these over, I don't know if you have the ceilings high enough.
No, it's
you want those upstage, obviously.
You have to lower these down and get these flipped, and then raise them higher than you need. Then put these in place. So it's upside down. Go and spin it over. There you go. And it generally takes 2 people. So on the edge over there, lift it up a little.
right. Well, yeah.
And then you just want to make sure your edge is level. Huh? Not tippy at all. You could tip it over, but you would have to really try. Oh, that has 500, 600 pounds.
So it's weighted. Count.
Oh, yeah. That whole box is full of steel. Flat plate steel. There's like 19 plates of steel in there. Quarter inch thick. All right, so
we should bring the...
So now,
go ahead and raise both of them up, say 2 feet.
maybe more than 2 feet in the back.
Second shell going up. Thank you. You're going to hit a curtain. Stop.
You can't do anything about the curtains.
Okay.
They don't go up any higher.
Should they not be up like that?
What would you do with them?
The ceilings down so we can put them up?
Put what up?
Back?
No.
Put the reflectors up so they can go further so we can bring the panels back.
Not normally you always do the ceiling first.
So how do you get these to roll back?
You raise it up.
And just the curtain just...
Push the curtain.
It doesn't matter?
This house doesn't have a normal fly ceiling.
Okay.
So-
What about the curtain?
It shouldn't hurt anything.
Okay. Go
Just be
ahead.
careful when you go down. The electrics is what you don't want to run into.
Anybody see electrics from there?
No, we're okay.
That's good.
That's good. Yep.
What's the other one? 4?
6.
6. That looks good. It looks like it'll go underneath. And how much weight is in the back? Do you know? Like 1,000 pounds?
No, not 1,000. I don't know the weight of these.
Oh.
They shouldn't be locked right now at all.
Shouldn't be locked. Okay.
We didn't lock them, so they shouldn't be locked. So when you first put them in a position, go ahead and roll it straight to the back.
Let's just be careful. Are we good?
Just go slow. Keep going.
Yeah, you're fine.
No.
You're clear.
Keep going.
From our side, it doesn't look like it, but.
Keep going. Straight back to the center stage.
How many wheels is dragging? The wheels dragging?
It's just not spun around.
It's locked.
There's no weight on it.
Oh.
And so do these have a 1,
See, now it's touching.
do these have like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or
Nope.
these can go
These are not labeled at all. They're all the same.
So you wouldn't be using the third electric for concerts, would
No.
you? You'd be using your lights?
So it could go here so you have a pass behind, or you could push it back a little further, depending on how you want it set up.
What kind of gap do you need between
That's
the ceiling and the...
user preference.
Okay, I didn't
Now,
know. Or
you don't want, because you're going to lower the ceilings down.
Right.
So you want this is going to be behind, the ceiling's going to come down, and it's going to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay?
We're in the right position.
So you want to make sure you're far enough back where the ceiling's not going to hit it.
We are.
So you want to be right underneath that batten, probably.
Yeah, right.
Like about 6 inches.
And then
up.
once you get the ceiling down to where you want it, you can adjust them a little more. So you don't really worry about, you can put spike tape down so you know where they go, depending on
You
how,
need to be back about a foot, you guys, because because this pops out.
it would be better to be further back at the beginning and then adjust later.
Right, there you go. So if you just line up with the electric or the batten right there, that's probably where you want to line up.
Okay.
All right, so do we want to do it now?
No, I don't see a point.
And let's go.
I mean, we don't have to do it all. It's just the same thing.
Yeah. We'll do soon enough.
Yeah.
But let me show you let me lower this down and
This is going to be really cool.
So what a great thing.
I think
This is the storage stuff.
Yeah. It's only storage.
By the stuff.
Right. This is great. I mean,
Literally outside the building, outside the box, storage.
Yeah. This is going to be so great.
Pick it up off the way.
That's right.
can you push that side forward?
yeah.
There you go.
Keep going.
That way you can get your...
Right there. So if we come back here to the edge of the stage, or if you want to sit in the seat, you can see it probably looks a little better. You want to check your sight lines. The first shell might need to go up a little higher because your valance, which is your first border, doesn't move.
And that's where it is right now.
And I just lowered it 2 feet, so it's not going anywhere else.
Marjorie, why don't you put the lights again? Would you try the lights and see? We can take the house lights out and you see?
It'll be fun to do.
Hey. Can you raise the first shell up? About 2 feet.
Okay.
2 feet. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. Right? One more bump. One more bump up. Good. Now raise the back one up. If you need to move the electric up, you can. About 2 more feet. Right there. That's good. So the sight line is going to be an issue. You need to work on the sight lines a little bit. From here, it looks good with the ceilings, but now the back panel's not tall enough.
Right.
So the angle of the shells might need to be adjusted.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
You understand what I'm talking about? So you might want to make the first one tilted a little more, And then the back one, so that the ceiling does this
Yes, okay, I see.
a little more,
For sight lines.
just to get your sight lines adjusted a little better. But it looks pretty decent. It's just that back end should be 2 feet lower, at least.
Okay.
Now, you could try putting a border down, but I don't know if you want to see black with your white, and it kind of messes it all up. It's supposed to be all white pretty much when you're, other than the valance.
Sorry, they're going to turn that back on.
But yeah, the sight lines, maybe work on the angles. I mean, you guys know how to play with that too. But
Okay. Heck yeah.
Up as well. It's not,
They might be not getting power yet.
yeah, they might, or they might not even, I don't know if the units are patched or on. I don't know. But there's the second one.
We'll ask, was it Ryan?
Ryan,
I'll call Ryan and just let him know. He might say,
Well,
oh,
and
yeah.
when we bring them down, let me look at the unit and see if they're actually
Okay,
plugged in.
there you go.
oh no, it was all plugged in. Yeah.
The only issues you have the sight line.
You should be looking at it. I know.
Let me go back.
No one's looking up there.
I don't really understand the phrase.
Can we go ahead and take a break for a couple minutes? You guys can play with that. And I'll be right back.
Yeah, thanks.
Bottom panel first.
Yes, because it goes up inside. So go ahead and
And then how did you do that, Brian?
just two people, and then pull it off at the same time.
Oh, I see. It's
You just want to try not to bang them.
And then it goes white portion out.
Correct.
you got it.
And then slide the top end first.
Right, and then it sits in there.
And those are you want to be careful with them. You don't want to bang around. Just go ahead and let it rest. There you go.
Maybe we should put some just tape some felt right there. Put some felt in so it doesn't scuff, because it will over time.
Yeah, that's the way the manufacturer makes it. It's not ours. We just
No, I know.
assemble them.
Yeah.
So we want to push it. Did we raise the ceilings back up already?
The ceilings
I think we're okay on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go downstage some,
Yeah.
about 5 feet.
You're okay.
All right. You want to try it? You can stand on that, and then push that button,
Okay.
and then pull it out.
You might want to
You
be
just
up
stand
on
up.
there,
You want to
though.
be up.
actually
John.
on there?
Yeah.
Just pull,
I see.
And then what's going to
and
happen
then
now?
just pull. Step back and
Yeah.
pull down.
And it's air.
It's really a one-person thing. So there you go.
This just feels so weird.
Well, these hydraulics.
Will kick in.
Well, no, they're holding it. They're holding. You don't need to push the button anymore. The button just releases this
Right.
little latch right here, and then when you get to this point, you need to trim backwards. Go back. Yeah, you don't need to. There you go. That's when you want extra people. And then see this spot right here, under here?
Yep.
It clips in.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can hold that handle, so you're not holding the. Hold the handle
So you don't want to touch the white.
and lower it down. You're lowering it down with the handle.
It's out of it. Oh, just
Oh.
hold
You
it.
might want to even get some gloves. John.
Yeah. That might be a good idea.
And that's all. It just sits there.
All
Right.
of the shelves.
That it might be a good idea.
But it is a couple person.
Yeah, I wouldn't come down to here by myself and set this all up.
I think we need to get you some gloves.
That way you don't have to clean this all the time.
Right.
It's already gotten dusty and stuff from. You can go ahead and leave it out. I got to dig through and find one that's missing a handle.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Actually, let's go.
So we need to move it out of the way to.
Let me find the one I need to work on real quick before I bury more in here. It's right there, the third one. Can you help me pull two of these out? And then that's the one I need. Then we can put the other two back.
Yeah.
Some of that's just from transportation, and we clean them off a little bit, but some of it's moving around too. Yeah, there's a missing, one of the buttons is missing. So we can put this one back and that one back. And then we'll move on to the...
Marjorie at Grand High School, and we are working with the shell, and the light for the shell, and I'm sure
But you erase some? There's a pipe here. There we go. And so they kind of, when they nest together, they kind of, you can push them around, put them at an angle. That's it. That's good.
That's it. Yeah.
There's little rubber stops on the front. They're not going to go for, and you don't want to hit the wall.
Right. Okay.
Let me show you a sound that I heard. But we need to put the ceilings away before we move on. Can you lower the ceilings down for me?
yeah, let's work with this later.
Okay.
Oh, you're trying to figure out the lights.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Go ahead and do that.
So second shell coming
Sure.
down. And I'm imagining you and Frank will set the trim and the height.
Yeah, we'll do some adjusting.
Yeah.
And then you can set a trim,
Right.
so it goes, it'll bump there. So when you're coming down from the storage position, it'll stop, and then you just keep going, and then get it to this point, flatten it out, and then raise it up, and then go up a little higher so you can move the other pieces around.
So that's all the way?
Did that go all the way? Go all the way until it stops.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it stops on its own.
So let's just do 2 people. You want to get right here on that one? Right? One more this way?
More in.
And then me and you just grab here and then push down.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then you can push.
Yeah, that's something to go back.
And so once you get one locked, it won't fall. And then you just go back.
Just one will hold it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's pretty slick.
All right, second going up.
Wait.
Wait for it to stop wiggling.
So you gotta let it stop moving.
Oh, okay.
And now it's good.
Should we get it?
Yeah, you guys watch, because it's right next to that border.
Okay.
And then the shell, like I said before, the shells are the only ones that have a hard limit that you can't go by because you're never going to adjust or move those.
What's that
For the
shell one?
another.
And you can just bring it all the way up, right?
Yes.
Just until it stops?
Yep. Yeah. There's a hard limit on the top.
It will stop on its own. And
Correct.
That border.
It's okay.
Before you could see where if it got swinging, it would be.
Yeah. That's why you want to secure
Well,
it.
the biggest problem is that if it's swinging left and right, the
I can
end of the
see,
batten
yeah.
will hit the rail
I can
over there.
see
It's only a
really
4-inch
close.
clearance over there.
It's really close.
I can watch the trim here.
And then you also want the stage kind of quiet when you're doing this so you can hear
Yeah.
if it hits something or there's weird noises. Should be number 6, I think.
First shell.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on.
First shell coming in.
First shell coming in. What a difference with rigging. It's just like,
Yeah. Compared to a counterweight system.
I mean, my God, the hemp lines and counterweights we had in this old.
Oh, you had old hemp lines?
Oh, yeah.
We don't use hemp anymore.
I know. I think, was it hemp at Mount Marshall too?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And these are pretty small ones, so.
So I wonder why, just looking at these lights,
Power through, power in.
There isn't
Oh.
even any power like on
Yeah,
it.
there's
Otherwise-
no daisy chain. Unless, oh, well, maybe they are daisy.
No, they have a raceway.
They have their raceway.
Yeah.
But the other ones, when we brought them down,
They were like-
had
they were
display.
on.
There
Yeah.
was, yeah. So,
so these are not on
there's
for
just
some
no
reason.
power to it right now. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what we should
that's what
probably
we should ask.
Let me call my guy. and see if he can tell me real quick. We can take a break on filming. This is probably not part of that. Okay. So the last thing we're going to go over, which will take not very long, we're going to go over sounds and if does everyone want to go upstairs and look at rigging real quick, just so we just for damage purposes, if you hear a noise. So when I moved the legs this morning, there was a noise, and I want you to hear that noise.
And then did you untangle? Because I was up there yesterday with them, but then did you?
No, I haven't. I hope the noise is still there, because I want you to hear the noise. And then we can go upstairs, and I can show you what the cable looks like when it's fouled. Well, the way we had the wires on there before, it was actually grabbing them and hitting the pipe. So we had to change them.
Question, if we want to adjust the angle of them, we do that when it's in the up position, right?
In the up position, one at a time, move that bolt.
Just move the bolt up and then go all the way down.
Do all of them.
Right, and then flip it down, raise it, see what you think.
And you probably have to do it with either two, you have to have 2 wrenches or an impact and a wrench, because they're nylock, if you understand what that means. Yeah. They're not going to just unscrew. You know, they're, so you want to, I'd recommend adjusting all of them and then checking the angle.
Right, yeah.
And then, do it that way. And then if you need to move it a little more, move it a little more. You could set the angle. You can lower it down and set the angle where you want it, because it's already at the end. You're going to move it forward. Right. You can set the angle and then move it and see where you need to move it to.
Yes.
So you're not setting it a bunch of times.
Yes, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
So legs. Here's the second leg. If you can try to listen when it comes down.
Okay.
Hey Trish, this is the noise thing.
Nope, not that one. The third leg.
That lets us know if things are coming in, or is that a bad noise?
Oh no,
no, we're listening for a bad noise. Ready?
Oh, I hear it.
You hear that rubbing?
That's scraping sound.
Yeah.
So that's a cable caught on a bolt.
So we need to make sure everything's quiet when we do any kind of rigging coming in or out.
At least at the beginning of the day, just so you know what it's supposed to sound like and what a bad sound is.
Hey Brannick, you hear that scraping sound? That's the bad sound. Just so you know.
So we're going to go upstairs and investigate that bad sound. And it's on number 14.
Number 14. And the shell number 1 is on...
Which number is the first reflector?
First it's 6.
6.
Okay, we're going to turn this off while we're up there. We're going to look for motor 14.
Okay.
So we're going to go upstairs now.
Up the ladder.
Yeah, you probably don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think